And so we'll get started. Hi, everybody. I am Mary McCann, and a special welcome to those of you who are new to the Alexander technique. If you are experienced, if you're a teacher or you've had Alexander lessons before, you can go ahead and get started if you like and set up the constructive rest place on the floor. So you can lie down, put out your mat on a carpeted floor with some books under your head, and go ahead and just let your back fall into the floor. You can certainly sit in a chair and relax, or whatever your situation may be. If you're in bed and you need to be in bed, you certainly can rest in bed for this session. I hope you enjoy it. So while everyone's getting started with that, I'll just speak for a moment to anybody who's new to Alexander technique or constructive rest. You want to work for comfort at all times. This class will be very easy and very relaxing for you. You're responsible to be comfortable. Just take care of your own body and be appropriate to yourself. So what you want to do is find a carpeted place on the floor and lie down. You can use a yoga mat, an exercise mat, or a blanket. And you'll need, for underneath your head, you'll want to use a small book, a small paperback book. Some people need a couple books under their head. So you'll lie down on your side and you'll roll onto your back with the books under your head. Now, the purpose of the books under your head is to prevent any excess compression or tension in the back of your neck. So in general, you want your face to be parallel to the floor. And in general, I would say, you don't want your head to be back this way, and you don't want it to be too far forward. You want it to be parallel to the floor, and you don't want to have any excess strain on your neck. And the traditional constructive rest position is to allow your knees to bend so that your feet are flat on the floor. Your feet are about hip width apart. And the idea is that your back can lengthen and widen. You're welcome to use a pillow if that's what you have. Some people, thank you for your question on that. Some people prefer something a little softer than a book. So a pillow, as long as, again, there's not a lot of excess strain in your neck and your upper body. So just make yourself comfortable. You can also check out a lot of things online that give you more instructions about how to set yourself up for constructive rest. And some people use a bath towel. Just make sure there are no lumps or bumps under the folded bath towel. It's a little softer. And some people take a small paperback book and they put maybe a hand towel on top of the book. So talk to an Alexander technique teacher about what's right for you. All right, we'll get started for those of you who have already begun and for our newcomers. This is time for you. This is a very, very wonderful session for you to take the time to look after yourself. I'm going to do all the work for you, and I'll talk you through everything. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Like I said, we just want to work for maximum ease and comfort. And we'll also be working to allow you to have some spaciousness, to feel spacious in yourself and in your body. As I give this talk, there may be periods of silence, or I may pause, and that's intentional. It's to allow you to go deeper into the experience. The pose is on the ground or on the floor. It's on your back. And if you're comfortable on your back, if you're not comfortable on your back, you can roll to your side. Your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor, and you will have something under your head, a small paperback book to start, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, or a folded towel under your head. All right, so now let's begin as you sense yourself resting on the floor and you're noticing the contact of the floor underneath you. Giving yourself permission to fall into the floor. In a manner of speaking, we are all always related to gravity in some way or another, unless we're flying into space on a spaceship. So, what is your relationship with gravity right now? Just give yourself permission to sense that. So, falling into the floor. And we're working for maximum rest and ease during this 1/2 hour. Allowing your breath to open up, but not necessarily doing anything special to change your breath. Simply noticing and allowing your breathing to expand into your back and sensing your whole head and your whole body. You may have your hands on your tummy with your elbows on the floor. You may have your hand on your upper body. You may have your hands resting on your leg that's bent, on your legs, or you may have your hands on the floor next to you, either your palms down or your arms opened up in a cross shape with your palms open. Or just find whatever's comfortable for you for your arms. And that's great to adjust as needed. And allow your arms to lengthen out of your back, all the way through to your fingertips, allowing your fingertips to lengthen. And for people who are new to this experience, continue to stay easy and adjust for comfort. And I'd like to say that these instructions are really designed from a non-doing aspect. So I'll be giving you thoughts and ideas, and we're exploring possibilities about how to rest efficiently, really. So you don't have to be concerned about doing anything. Just listen to my words and just see what happens in your body when you allow these words and thoughts to kind of flow in to your awareness. Great. Let your neck be free and allow your back to lengthen and widen, especially your low back. Sense the dynamic relationship with the floor. So you're resting on the floor, and the floor is also coming up underneath you in a way. See if you can really, It's a silly idea, but see if you can enjoy the floor supporting your whole body. Your feet are sensitive as they make contact with the carpeting. You're noticing your feet widening, and you're allowing an easy thought of your toes lengthening away from your feet, as if there were long ribbons or streamers flowing out from your toes. It's kind of a fun idea, but it's an idea of movement that you can bring into your feet. It's very good for you. Great. Continue to rest easy and notice your neck softening. Let your neck be free and easy. The front, back, and sides of your neck, your whole neck. The neck is a longer structure than we might think, 7 cervical vertebrae. And there's a beautiful curve in your neck, too. Sense your whole head, whatever those words mean to you. I'm sensing my whole head, the curves of my head. Really, your whole body is made up of curves. There are no straight lines in the body. And sometimes when we think about the curved nature of ourselves, it helps us to expand our breath. For example, sense your ribs right now moving, the beautiful curved nature of your ribs, connecting in the back with the vertebra where there's some movement, and curving around to the front, to your sternum, and the floating ribs, the bottom of your rib cage, which don't connect in the front to the sternum. You can allow a lot of movement there. Fantastic. So we're sensing our whole head and our whole body. We always start with wholeness in the Alexander technique. That's one of the things that makes us unique. We address the whole person first before we go to little areas of pain or discomfort to do our awareness work. So you're sensing wholeness. I am one piece. I am whole. As you allow your elbows to rest on the floor, or you allow your arms to lengthen out in whatever position they're in. Breathing into your armpits. That's a fun idea and a new idea for a lot of people. We tend to grip around our armpit area. So neck to be free in order that I can allow my spine to lengthen and my back to widen. And I'm breathing up into my back, letting my shoulders be very easy and wide. And that allows my lungs to have some expansion into the armpit area, into my upper chest, and flowing out with that nice idea of breath through an amazing lengthening through my arms, down my whole torso, sensing the base of my spine, the sacrum, 3 fused vertebrae, and the tailbone, some tiny vertebrae make up a little tail, as well as opening your hip joints, thinking about opening your hip joints, and sending your knees to the ceiling. in your sensory awareness. I hope that you're feeling more whole and complete. For people who are new, if at any point, sometimes being on your back this long uh, starts to feel uncomfortable occasionally, if it does, you can roll to your side for the rest of the session, or you can move to a chair, whatever is comfortable for you. And you can continue to adjust for comfort. I thought I would address something that would help all of us right now, because we're not experiencing the hands-on Alexander work as we are used to. And for people that are new, if you have not had, that was my lampshade, sorry. If you have not had an Alexander technique lesson before and experienced the hands-on work, just listen to some of the ideas that I'm talking about. It may give you a sense of what you can expect once things are all opened up and we're back in the studio again with our lessons. So you can take a hand, either right or left hand, and just place it on your body somewhere comfortable. I have my hand on my heart area. And for those of us who've had hands-on work, we're staying with this whole body freedom. And the neck is free, the head is delicately poised on the spine. My body is falling into the floor. I'm letting the floor really take me. And I'm saying no to anything that might come in to interrupt my focus, and I'm refocusing back to the whole. And as you sense your hand on your body, just call to mind the memory of the support from hands-on Alexander technique support that you've received. Let yourself feel it. What did that feel like? The experience of all the lessons is in you. It's in your nervous system. It will never leave you. You can call it up whenever you want. And you can use it for exploration. For people who haven't had a lesson before, I'll talk a little bit about the qualities of touch. And you can just think about that and say, oh, wow, what would that feel like? And you can let yourself feel it right now. So let's say you're in an Alexander studio, you're on the table. We use a teaching table, which is basically a massage table where we do constructive rest. And the Alexander technique teacher will assist you, helping you to guide your body into movement, to allow this lengthening and widening and a free head and neck. So just allow that quality of touch has no agenda other than support for you and to welcome and invite the potential for your nervous system and your body to come forth to wholeness. The teacher is attending to themselves. There's no ego involved. And they're taking care of their own use of themselves, their own head, neck, and torso relationship. And it's just an amazing feeling of support without push, gentleness, and ease. And for people who are new, I would just say one of the unique things about an Alexander lesson is to have a teacher touch your head and encourage you to let the muscles in the back of your neck be very easy. And when you're lying down on the table, sometimes the teacher invites your head sometimes to fall into the hands, into the teacher's hands. And you can feel a very tiny and gentle movement of your head freeing out away from your body. And it really opens up the breathing. So use that whenever you can. And I welcome you to explore more online about what happens in a lesson. Listen to some lessons online and read some books. If you contact me, I'd be happy to suggest some resources and some books. So now that we have expanded our attention into wholeness, we've welcomed lengthening and widening. We're experiencing that right now. You're doing a great job, all of you. See, how much effort did I use to enjoy this session and to sense my body? How much effort and work was required? And see if you can take about, it may have been a very small amount of effort, hopefully it was, but whatever the amount of effort that it was, see if you can take about half that amount of work or effort. And now sense your body. So am I able to observe myself, sense my whole head and my whole body, expand my Alexander awareness to all of me, to my arms, my legs? And can I do it without working as much? Maybe just half as much. And then once you have that, just invite yourself to try it again. Am I able to sense myself with even less work? Can that be? I think maybe it's possible. And really enjoy that. Really enjoy how you can feel all of you, experience yourself as one piece, simply resting on the floor. And there's almost no work involved. And you can keep going like that for a while. It's really fun, I guarantee you, if you stick with it. It's an adventure to try to work less. And now just imagine a favorite place that has a wide and expansive view. It might be a field or climbing a hill and seeing a beautiful view from a hill or a mountain. It could be a view of the ocean. Maybe it's a view from your window, just looking out. And you can allow your eyes to fall softly open now. And you're just sensing in your body what it's like to be in a wide open space and have a lot of expansion around you. And this is a wonderful idea that you can bring throughout your day, especially if you're working on devices, as we all are. You can see your device, see the camera, but include the rest of the room, maybe even the window, in your peripheral vision. And I would encourage you to look out the window throughout the day, to get up and walk around. So we have a lot more to do, but I'm going to wrap up this session. And I just wanted to say I will talk you through how to get up once you've rested for about 10 or 20 minutes on the floor. And as much time as you need, as you can do it, but 20 minutes is usually the max. You can try this resting position before you go to sleep, when you wake up in the morning. If you have a stressful meeting at work, you can sneak in a little Alexander power rest before your work session. But at the end of the session, you're going to want to roll to your side, and you're going to get up slowly. If you want, you can get onto your hands and knees. But you want to take your time getting up. Oh, and I should mention, it's important to stay on your side at least for a couple of minutes. So I'll let you do that now as I close our session. And then when you get up and walk around, just see what you notice. That's what the Alexander work is about. Alexander technique, exploring and observing. So I would like to thank you so much for joining us today. If you need to get in touch with me, my name is Mary McCann, and my website is explorealexander.com.